That's recording.
Okay. Tra-la-la boom-de-ay. Jeff didn't get any today. Oh, 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 oh. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Surrounded by Stupid. I'm your host, Ed Rhodes. Been trying to burn some of these out. A lot of stuff been on my mind. I'm starting to get a headache with all this stupid running around my head. It may not be me. It may be the people that's out there. But, you know, we've got to, we really have to talk about it. If we don't talk about it, nobody else is going to. The issue today, the subject matter today, is the problem with immigration. Now, I know some of you are saying, ooh, taboo. Oh, we can't discuss that. Oh, no. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't have a problem with anyone that wants to come from another country and come to our country. I am thankful that I was born in this country. Voila. I love it. I love my country. I love the people in it. May not love the people in all states, but, you know, you got to take the good with the bad. But this country is the greatest country there ever was. We have one of the greatest systems if it works properly. And the freedoms that we enjoy, other countries cannot. We probably have more religion or more different types of religions per capita than any other country in the world. Who else can claim that? Really? The problem I have with immigration is there are some people that do not appreciate what they have here. If anything, they're here for subversion. They're not even here to live here forever and become American. They've come here with some dark secret. And they know who they are. You can't miss them. You really can't. They're buying up businesses all over the place. You know, I've heard people say, wow, they're nasty Mexicans and all that. You know, for the most part, from what I've seen, a lot of Mexicans, I don't have a problem with them. Now, I don't like the idea of the Mexican criminals coming up here, the Mexican cartels or the drug dealers. I don't want them here, really. And I have actually met criminals, oh God. I have met Mexicans who really want to become citizens. The problem is how you go about it. Now, I tried to work and go to school at the same time. It's very difficult. Well, imagine someone trying to work in the country. The first thing you got to do is go tell them, I'm an immigrant. You know, even if you're an illegal immigrant, you go say, hey, here I am. They have to give you a card so that you can work, pay your taxes. And then, of course, you've got a lot of time to go to the classes. Of course, they don't have classes going on 24/7. They don't have them going on 7 days a week. No, they might have, oh, well, we got this class going on next week or the week after that. So they, you know, it takes a while. And the money involved is ridiculous. But, and then, of course, the U.S. will turn around and say something stupid like, well, you know, you're just a carpenter. We really don't need any carpenters. But our government's not too bright anyway. They just want to let everybody just come in and amnesty, that's what they're calling it. Oh, allow these people to just come in. Now, when I say these people, I'm not trying to be insulting because it's not just Mexicans. There's Mexicans, there's Cubans, there's Chinese. There are Koreans, there are old Soviet Union people that are coming into our country. We have Muslims, we have Indian, we have Hindus, we've got Egyptians who are coming into our country to get away from something, which is great. You know, as long as they understand that There is something here. The problem I have is the same problem I have with idiots coming to Tennessee from Michigan, New York, Chicago, Jersey. And they say, oh, we just love it here. Now let's change it. In Tennessee, we like things the way they are. Leave it alone. We don't want you here if your intent is to change it. Story came to me recently about a guy who moved down here from Michigan, decided he wanted to get into politics. One of the first things he wanted to do was create some sort of school tax. And people climbed all over him and said, no, whoa, wait a minute. We don't need any more taxes. We really don't. And he said, well, that's the way we did it in Michigan. Of course, the intelligent people said, well, go back to Michigan. That's the way I look at it. If you don't love the country, go back to where you came from. If you do not love the people in it, go back where you come from. If you have to go back, that's the racism thing. If you have to go back generations to figure out where you come from because you hate a certain type of people, go back where you come from. Simple enough. I have no problem with black folk. I like black folk. I've got friends that are black folk. Now apparently they don't have too much of a problem with me because they talk, laugh, smile, flirt. But there are some out there that don't like white people, period. Only because of the color of the skin. Same thing with white people. I know a lot of white people that don't like black folk because of the color of their skin. If you can't handle one or the other, go back where you came from. Real simple. You white folk probably came from England, Ireland, something to that effect. Go back. Find out your heritage, go home. Black folks, same thing. If you don't like white people, you don't like America, you can't blend in, go back where you came from. Now, another word for some of the people that's in this country that seem to think that we should have all these holidays depicting, all this ethnicity, we are a diverse society. Diverse means division. We are one people. I do not like the term Afro-American. I do not like the term Chinese American. I do not like Indian American. I don't Native American. Don't like the term. I don't like Japanese American. You're either American or you're not. Don't care where your heritage is. That heritage is what you keep at home. You want to celebrate Kwanzaa at home? So be it. Have at it. I don't have a problem. Where I have a problem, really, is the people that don't love the country. They're just here because they can get money. And there's a bunch of them here. Lots of them here. And if any of them are watching this, I really am not trying to insult you, but the truth is, there are some people that come to this country, they buy up convenience stores. There's very few Dunkin' Donuts I'll go to because of a certain Indian class that tends to buy these. Now, I really don't want to say a whole lot against the Muslim religion, but from what I understand, from what I've seen, you're supposed to kill me, enslave me, or convert me. You're not going to get any of it done. And if you own a convenience store, or you own a Taco Bell, or you own a Subway, or something like that, clean the place up. I don't want to eat there. True story. Had a friend of mine getting ready to go into a Subway. Saw 5 Indian men getting ready to go into the Subway. He turned around and he left because he did not want to eat in the same establishment as Indian men. Now, I know the person and he's not racist, but he had a feeling that these Indian men were either trying to buy the Subway, which is common, and I can tell you that once I find out that a Dunkin' Donuts is owned by Indian, I won't eat there. I will even tell you why, ladies and gentlemen. It has nothing to do with where they come from or who they are or their religious beliefs. It makes no difference at all. But I was at a Dunkin' Donuts, and I went in, and the girl behind the counter was white, and I told her I would like a cream-filled Long John with the chocolate icing. She looked at me like I was nuts. Well, what's a Long John? Said, like that over there. Kind of looks like an eclair. And she goes, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that's an eclair. That's what we call an eclair. Okay, I want a cream-filled cream-filled eclair with chocolate icing. Oh, I'm sorry, we don't use cream. We don't use whipped cream. Well, what do you use? We use pudding. Really? So who eats pudding in their donuts? And I said, okay, give me a chocolate cream fill. Oh, no, we don't use chocolate cream either. We use pudding. It's like, what kind of place is it? So this isn't really a Dunkin' Donuts, is it? She goes, oh, yeah. And I said, in what world does a Dunkin' Donuts not have a cream-filled or a chocolate cream-filled donut? Oh, we just don't. We use pudding, vanilla pudding and chocolate pudding. I asked to see the manager. Well, the manager turns out to be the owner. And I asked him why he doesn't have cream-filled donuts, and he no, we don't use the cream-filled. No, we don't use that cream stuff. We use pudding. Pudding is much better for you, and it tastes very good. And I said, it doesn't matter what you like. It's what I like. The customer likes certain things. Dunkin' Donut has a certain level. You don't mess with that. I have never been back to that Dunkin' Donuts because I don't want the pudding in my damn donuts. But the same thing goes, ladies and gentlemen. Anything else they tend to do. They are the tightest people I've ever seen in my life. You know how the hot dog rollers where you can put a hot dog on there and you roll. I won't. If I walk in and I see an Indian face and I look over at the hot dog roller, I will not buy a hot dog there. Won't. Why? Because that hot dog, I have no idea how long that hot dog has been there. I can go to other convenience stores, and if there's hot dogs on the rollers, I know that hot dog's probably maybe an hour old. At an Indian store, well, it's time to close. Let's take the hot dogs, put them in the freezer, and then tomorrow we'll just put them back on there. In 3 weeks, we'll call them jerky. That is how tight these people are. I saw an Indian gentleman. He was unloading milk from the back of a station wagon to take into his convenience store to sell. The milk was already past its expiration date, and he was going to sell it in his store. It's a different society. It's a completely different society. I am not racist, never have been. But there are some people that I have gotten to the point where I just can't stand. Greedy. I don't like greedy people anyway, but then when you get some people that like, well, I want you to work for me, but I don't want to pay you. I want you to give me everything, but I don't want to pay you. Well, then you don't want me. I'll move on. I've listened to some immigrants talk about America, how they want to change America. Sharia law, I've heard this several times. Sharia law, really? I had to look it up. I didn't know what it was. Ladies and gentlemen, we pass that in this country, there's going to be a revolution. Because I'm telling you, Americans are not... See, we have a problem with Sharia law. It's called separation of church and state. We have our own conflict with this. Separation of church and state. All of us have different ideals of what separation of church and state mean. I personally believe that meant that we do not want a cardinal coming in and becoming mayor of a town. We don't need the Pope becoming the President of the United States. I'm just saying. Some people believe that separation of church and state meant as hardcore as you can go. No, we can't have the 10 Commandments on a courthouse lawn. We cannot have the 10. They cannot even be uttered in a school hallway. I think those people are idiots, but, that's a different subject altogether. Sharia law, on the other hand, is not a separation of church and state. It is an actual governing body, is religious-based. They have what is called imams. Imams are the ones that so-called interpret their religion. Now, I have made an attempt at trying to read one of their religious books, whatever that thing's called, and personally, gibberish. I don't get. It's almost like somebody cannot carry on a single paragraph. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you have to have a certain state of mind. Maybe you got to be stoned out of your gourd to be able to understand it. Grab a hookah, puff, puff, pass, and then maybe it makes sense. But whatever it is, I couldn't get past several pages of it because it was raw, weird, very, very weird. Sharia law. First of all, women have to walk behind their men. They have to be back 3 feet. They cannot go out in public without being escorted by a man. Now, I know there's liberals out there that believe that's a great idea. But, a long time ago, there used to be a home for people like you. Not my viewers. Actually, I personally believe my viewers are some of the most intelligent on the planet because why would they be listening to me? They must believe, except for a few haters every once in a while, they like what I have to say. Or at least they believe the same way I do. You don't have to agree. You don't have to agree with everything I state. I'm not going to agree with everything you state. That's what's great about our country. There are some countries that if you don't agree with them, you die. What was that idiot's name? The little chinky, whatever his name is. He's a little tyrant overseas. John Ill. One hung ill or something like that. And what was it? His uncle didn't agree with his politics, so he killed him. They had an election over there, and he got 100% of the votes. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that's tyrannical power. That in itself is what Sharia law is. When the church tells you how to live, then that's exactly the way you're going to live. And it's funny how there are so many liberals out there that are atheists. I'm not trying to pick on the liberals. I think I've already done that. But the point is that, well, okay, I have to. Liberals are so stupid that they believe Sharia law is a good idea because a Muslim told them this, told them it was a great idea. So the liberals will push and push and push and push until they finally get Sharia law, and they think, oh, it's so great. All you liberal women are going to find out the hard way, because Sharia law is that if you are caught out in public without an escorted male, and it's supposed to be a family member, that by Sharia law they can stone you to death. Did you also know that by Sharia law, that if a young girl looks at a boy or a man and she is caught, and I'm talking not by the biblical sense, I'm talking about she glances over at a TV screen that's got Justin Bieber on it, her parents have the right to kill her. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. I don't want you to believe everything I tell you. Look it up. But that's Sharia law. I mean, and that is coming in from the immigration. We have these people that come in, they send their kids to school. Now, first of all, the kids come over here for school. And we're getting them from all over the world. Well, then they've got this little policy that if your child is in school in the United States, oh, well, the parents can come. As long as the parents vouch, the uncles can come. And then the aunts can come. And then all the cousins come. The way it works out, and it's kind of a loophole, I guess, in the tax law, since our geniuses at the IRS can't figure it out, is that all these people are buying up the economy that we're having problems with. These immigrants are buying up convenience stores and businesses, and by a little-known law, they don't have to pay taxes, income tax, on that business for 3 years. Now, if you are a born-bred American and you build a business, they're going to tax your rear end into the ground. But if you're an immigrant, you don't have to pay taxes for 3 years. Okay, I turn around, I'm an immigrant, I come in and I buy a convenience store. Well, I run it for 2.5 years. Then I don't have to sell it. All I have to do is sign it over to my brother. Guess what? He gets 3 years because he's an immigrant. And then he turns around and signs it over to my parents. It doesn't matter. Sign it over to anybody. You got friends and family. They've got the ultimate in friends and family. These people got strings of them. They travel in packs. So buy a convenience store, and for years and years and years, they never pay taxes. Uh-oh. Really? Did you forget? You didn't? Oh. I might have to start over, and this time you got to be sitting here. Just for that. You better call her and tell her that she just messed up. Now you got to be on the show. I was on a roll. My train of thought has been derailed. Oh, yes. Year after year after year, they don't have to pay taxes. So how does that work out? So here's all these businesses. Now, I work for a vending company. I can think of about, 500 stores that are Indian owned. And I'm talking about India, Muslim, whatever you want to call them. I don't know what the political term is. I wouldn't care. I don't like the political terms of anything anyway. But they come over here and you can count. It's like I go in, I get a contract with this guy, and within 2.5 years, I have to go in and get a contract with somebody else because they just changed ownership. And they have a problem with understanding who the boss is. They want everybody, it's all a top secret. We can't tell anybody who the real boss is. Say, who's in charge? Oh, I'm in charge. Oh, you're in charge. Oh, yeah. Then you need to sign right here. Oh, no, I can't sign that. I got to take that to my boss. Did you not just tell me you're in charge? Oh, yes, I'm in charge. Then sign. No. I got to take that to my boss. Oh, where's your boss? I'll call him up. So he gets on the phone. Next thing you know, the boss isn't even the boss. It's somebody else. Well, we got to make a few phone calls. That's because they're trying to figure out what the pecking order is. When this one, after his 2.5 years up, he moves on to the next one. And then his 2.5 years up, he moves to the next one. Next 2.5 years, the next one moves up. They just can't stop. They can't. And why? Because it's free. There is no taxes. While the rest of us, born-bred Americans, can't get a tax break to save our rear ends. One of the worst things I've ever heard of in this country is people losing their homes, not because of foreclosure, because of taxes. Yeah, bought and paid for homes, and oops, there was a mistake on the taxes. Oh no, H&R Block made a mistake, or Liberty made a mistake. Somebody made a mistake, or the tax law changed midstream. Oh, well, you can't count that. Oh, Lord, that was 15 years ago. Oh, my God. Compounded interest for 15 years. We're going to take your house. Do you think the IRS won't do it? Oh, you bet they will. But the immigrants don't have that problem. No, tax-free. Kids get to go to school for free. The taxes are free. And then they'll still go to stores, let's say the JC or the IGA, and if one of these stores is actually having a sale, let's say on the 2-liter bottles, and they're going to sell these for 50 cents a bottle, just go in and get you a lounge chair and sit down and wait. An Indian is going to show up, fill up a cart, so that they can buy them at 50 cents, take them to their store, and sell them at 99. Every Indian that walks into this country, the first thing they do is go get a Sam's Club card. Yeah, Costco card. Because they think they're getting a discount. Yep. And they really don't care. Those of us that are the vendors, they don't want us making any money at all. Not at all. So how do you deal with these people? Personally, I try not to. The ones that are good, they're very good. The ones that aren't, not worth my effort, my time. If you can, and I'll say it again, I'll say it 100,000 times if I have to, if you don't love this country, get out. Simple. If you're not willing to die for this country, get out. It's real simple. Those of you who served your country, God bless you. The rest of you that don't love this country, get out. Simple. I'll tell you another problem that we have with the whole immigration thing. Our government, and it's not really the government, it's the individuals, the idiots that are the congressmen and the senators and all of them, the individuals. These people do not see immigrants or illegal immigrants. What they see is votes so that they can keep their butts in those cushy little jobs. They don't care how much damage is being done. We have an unemployment rate in this country that is outrageous, and yet we have illegal immigrants coming into the country. There are people that were born in this country who could use jobs but can't find jobs because companies are hiring illegal immigrants. There was a job being done over here in Knoxville. We've got this bridge that was shut down for a long time, Henley Street Bridge. 2 people killed in the process of building that bridge. Now, get this part. 2 people killed. One gentleman was squashed by a bucket loader. The bucket loader was being operated by an illegal immigrant. The other was killed. The other one that was killed was actually on the lower street level. A rocket broke loose from the top and come down, hit him in the skull and killed him. Dead. Was an illegal immigrant. The company that was working on the bridge, it wasn't us. Oh, we didn't know. We got tricked. We got tricked. Oh, we would never hire illegal immigrants. And our government doesn't care. If they wanted to do something, pass a law. Start throwing business owners into prison for every illegal immigrant that's working for them. I think that's fair. For each one of them, let's say for each illegal immigrant that's working for them that's caught, 1 year. I think that's extremely fair. I think that's being generous. But no. Oh, we can't hold the business owners at fault. Oh, no, we just can't do that. What do? Well, we catch them and then we release them. Or we catch them, we take them and we turn them loose over the border. We send them back home. Okay. The ones that come over here and commit a murder, well, we send them back home so they can cross the border and come back again. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a vicious circle. I'm not real sure what the answers are, but I'm sure there's somebody out there a whole lot smarter than me who can come up with it. I can tell you this, there is not a politician out there smarter than me. I have got a daughter that's early 20s who's smart. I got a granddaughter that's smarter than politicians. She can go, ooh. Politicians do not think, they do not see the big picture. All they see is votes. All they know is lies. So when it comes to immigration, they don't care. It's not their lives being ruined, destroyed, or even upheavaled. They don't care. So, well, that's my spiel. Maybe sometime we'll cover this again. Hopefully I'll be in a better mood. Have a great evening and God bless.